Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Mangg Plays the Best Games of All Time. We're here with Ultima VII, the Black Gate.
Avatar! Know that Britannia has entered into a new age of enlightenment. Know that the time has finally come for the one true Lord of Britannia to take his place at the head of his people. Under my guidance, Britannia will flourish, and all of the people shall rejoice and pay homage to their new guardian. Know that you too shall kneel before me, Avatar. You too will soon acknowledge my authority, for I shall be your companion, your provider, and your master.
Something is obviously amiss. It's been a long time since your last visit to Britannia. The mystical orb beckons you. It has opened gateways to Britannia in the past. Behind your house lies a circle of stones. Why is a moon gate already there? Do you have but one path to the answer? Ultima 7. Alright, let's talk some backstory here for the Ultima series. So, I was basically pretty much introduced to Ultima through Spoony, who did a whole retrospective covering all, like, 9 or 10 games in the Ultima franchise, because it was really, like, one of the most important series in his life. And that retrospective that he did, which you should watch, is, like, basically his magnum opus, I would say. And so at some point then, as part of my series playthroughs kind of things, I wanted to do the whole Ultima series, because I had never played any of them, and they seemed kind of fascinating. So I did that, and I played up to Ultima 5, and then I basically abandoned it. And chances are you're never going to see these videos. Because, honestly, they're just kind of painful. They were painful to play, and therefore painful to watch. Because the first, like, 3-4 games or so just have not aged very well and are really obnoxious. Difficult, just annoying. But, I mean, they are sort of legendary in the RPG world, but even despite that, originally for this list, the only Ultima game to make the list was Ultima Online. But now, because they added a few more, one of the games they added was Ultima 7. And, let me just double check something. Yeah, so that means that, although it's sort of weird, they only added one list for the Mega list, but Ultima 7 has... It's on 8 lists, so it should have already been on here. I don't know why, but okay. So of the whole mainstream series of Ultima, the only one to be on the list is 7, which I have not played. I didn't get that far. The basic plot of Ultima is basically you're always playing this guy named the Avatar, although he didn't become the Avatar until 4, I think. And he, I just want to keep skipping this. Basically, he lives on Earth. But he keeps going to Britannia in order to, like, solve problems there. Which is sort of odd. So that's why it's like, here he's just sitting at his computer on Earth playing a game. But Britannia is in trouble again, so he has to go off. So he's basically like a Christ figure in Britannia. He, yeah, I can't even go. I mean, if you watch Spoonie's retrospective, it's like 4 hours long. Long. It's almost five. It's like 5 hours long, really. But yeah, I mean, he goes through every game and talks about all the plot points of each one, and it's really interesting. I mean, if you go through the whole thing, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You're the savior of this world a number of times, and in Ultima 7, you have to deal with this guardian figure who says that Britannia has entered into a new age of enlightenment, and Britannia will flourish under his leadership. So he's just gonna subjugate it, I guess. So let's, did I quit? No, okay, view credit. Alright, start new game. Alright, so the name will be Mangg. You can play female, which is kind of interesting. Wow, that is a female. Whew. So this is the GOG version, which is just the DOS version. Pretty much as it was released. It does include the expansion Serpent Isle. Actually, Serpent Isle might be a is Serpent Isle a standalone? Yeah, I think Serpent Isle is a standalone. Forge of Virtue is the expansion. It includes that. Silver Speed is an expansion to Serpent Isle. I don't really know how it all works. There was a lot of Ultima 7 stuff. There is a fan project, fan recreation of Ultima 7 called Exalt, which basically bypasses DOSBox and it just runs innately on newer systems. And this allows for, you know, like fan translation things and different mods. It fixes some bugs, blah 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 blah. But this is fine, and I already owned it. A rather large, familiar man looks up and sees you. Okay. Yep. Oh shit. Mangg, if I did not trust the infallibility of mine own eyes, I would not believe it. Okay. What button progresses I was just thinking to myself, if only the Avatar were here, then, lo and behold, who says that magic is dying? Here is living proof that it is not. Dost thou realize, Mangg, that it hath been 200 Britannian years since we last met? Why, thou hast not aged at all. Iolo winks conspiratorially. He whispers, "Do no doubt the difference in the structure of time in our original homeland and that of Britannia." He resumes speaking aloud. "I have aged a little, as thou canst see, but of course I have stayed here in Britannia all this time. Oh, but Avatar, wait until I tell the others. They will be happy to see thee. Welcome to Trinzic." The distraught peasant interrupts Iolo. "Show him the stables, my lord. 'Tis horrible." Iolo nods, his joy fading quickly as he is reminded of the reason he was standing there in the first place. Ah, yes. Our friend Peter here discovered something truly ghastly this morning. Take a look inside the stables. I shall accompany thee. All is not right in Britannia. Perhaps Lord British will know the reason behind this tremor. You see a middle-aged nobleman. Yolo, who is this stranger? Why, this is the Avatar, Yolo proudly proclaims. Canst thou believe it? May I introduce thee? This is Finnegan, the town mayor. And this is Mangg, the Avatar. I simply cannot believe he is here. The mayor looks up and down, not sure if he believes Yolo or not. He looks at Yolo skeptically. I swear to thee, it is the Avatar. The mayor looks at you again, as if he were studying every pore on your face. Finally, he smiles. Welcome, Avatar. But just as suddenly, Finnegan's face becomes stern. A horrible murder has occurred. If thou art truly the Avatar, perhaps thou canst help us solve it. I would feel better if thou takest this matter into thine hands. Thou shalt be handsomely rewarded if thou dost discover the name of the killer. Dost thou accept? Yes. Peter here knows something about all of this. The peasant interjects. I discovered poor Christopher and the gargoyle Inamo early this morning. The mayor continues. Hast thou searched the stables? No. Then I suggest that thou lookest inside and talkest to me again. Alright. Okay, so right click with the arrow moves you. Oh my god. Victim. Although, man, this font. This is the most atrocious game font I've ever seen. Oh, except for Wipeout. That was really terrible. That was worse, but that was not used in an RPG. Victim. Victim, victim. Let's step on him. Lit light source. Okay, and we have a pitchfork. Oh, there's a key there. Key. Too heavy. The key is too heavy? Oh no. Did I take it or did I move it? I think I took it. Oh my god, and here's a skinned man with a pitchfork? Holy shit. A bag. 3 gold coins, a torch, and a bread. I thought it said head. Well, we want all these things. Torch. Bread. Good. We also want this gargoyle jewelry. Okay. What is over here? A bucket, huh? Oh, I took the bucket. What the fuck? Backpack. I don't need a bloody bucket. Table. Oh my god, it's a horse. Peasant. You see a distraught peasant. Art thou really the Avatar? Yes. Peter bows before you. My lord. Name. I am called Peter, the man sniffs. Job. I am the stables caretaker. Murder. I discovered poor Christopher and Inamo early this morning. I did not touch a thing. Made me sick, it did. Footprints. They both lead out the back way, yes? They must be the tracks of the murderer. His eyes widen a bit more. Or murderers. Stables. I have worked here for years. I can sell thee a nice horse and carriage if thou dost want one. The animal and the carriage are located in a small shelter just outside the north gate of the town. Right now the place gives me the creeps. His eyes are wild with fright. Christopher. Nice man. He made the shoes for mine horses. Inamo. He worked for very little money. Did basic chores around the stables and the pub. I let him sleep in the little back room. He must have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Carriage. Horse and carriage combination sells for 60 gold. Dost thou want a title? Yes. Oh, thou dost not have enough gold to buy the title. Buy. Alright. That is indeed a horse. And then we've got footprints that disappear, but they go up here. And no, that doesn't help us at all. Alright. And, it's a big town, I guess. So look at all these things you can check out. There's scrolls, books. This is a shop of some kind. You see a salty old sailor who reeks of tobacco. Name. My name is Gargan, he sniffs loudly. Job. I'm the Trinsic shipwright. If thou wouldst like to know about a ship or a sextant, just say so. Murder. I heard about that. Terrible thing to happen. Can't say I saw or heard anything, though. Coughs. Ship. Thou dost want to buy a ship? Apparently not too many folks buy ships these days. My ships are sturdy and well built. They may not be built by Owen, but they are fine vessels. But thou must first purchase a deed. Sextant. Sextants for 80 gold. No. Owen. Thou hast not heard of Owen. Finest shipwright in the land. He lives in Minnoch. Feeling all right, man. He has a coughing spasm. Never felt better. Deed for a ship, 600 bucks. No. Okay, and then we can go in here and close his curtain. And this guy's just staring in at me, so we close this. And then we loot. And then we loot his chest. Look, my sextant now. And my gold brick. It's like Skyrim. Hey! Shut it! What a fuckface. Alright, fine. Oh, now he leaves? Good, then I can loot this. Look for these scrolls. Can I double click on these just to read them? Oh, so these are deeds to ships, but they're blank. So he has to fill them out. So they're worthless. Makes sense. That's a good way of doing it. Yep. He's not just going to have completed deeds written sitting around. Although, that probably doesn't really seem legal to me. I digress. Okay, that's a home. And here we have weeds. And, I mean, look at this town. It's massive. Is this a woman? Away with thee! Name. My parents named me Caroline. Job. I have no job, per se. I've devoted mine energies to helping the Fellowship. I hope to recruit new members. Fellowship. The Fellowship is the philosophical group devoted to the teachings of a truly great man named Batlin. In the absence of the Avatar, Batlin has become a sort of spiritual father for the people of Britannia. Through his speeches and writings, he has changed the lives of many people, including my own. Society. Every night at 9 o'clock we have a meeting in the Fellowship Hall. Thou mayest consider thyself invited to attend. Murder. She looks concerned. 'Tis awful. Christopher was a nice man. Didst thou know he was one of our members? I cannot believe he is dead. Members. Of the Fellowship. We meet every night at the hall. Thou shouldst visit. Yeah, so the Fellowship was, like, directly inspired by Scientology, so that's good. Hey. Let me in. What you got going on here? Look at this. A whip. Lockpicks. You whore. Yeah, okay. Check mark. Damn. I already have boots, so I don't need those. A book? Struck Commander by Gilberto. Fanciful story of a man gains access to a flying vehicle. Leather gloves. Do I have those? I do not have leather gloves. Well, let's get those leather gloves. Put them on. Put them here. There we go. And this is a dagger, some money. I'm the Avatar, bitch. Do whatever I want. Oh, there's also a helmet. Hold up. No, I'm not talking to you. Yes, that's correct. And a shield. I can put in my left. Okay, no, that makes sense. There's a parrot. Polly want a cracker. Pretty bird. Ugly bird. There's a gavel and a light source, and we can go upstairs to where there's a chest that's locked. Little does he know, however, that I have lockpicks. So we drag lockpick. No, it's probably not correct. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. And pick broke. Perfect. That solved all that problem. Whew boy. It's a clunky bastard. I think we can all agree on that. This is not the finest role-playing control system of all time. It's odd. Also, just visually, it's a very odd-looking game, isn't it? Like, what is this viewing angle? What is this viewing angle? Alright, here's the Church of the Fellowship. Here's our sage. This man exudes kindness and geniality. Ah, Avatar, I recognize thee at once. Word has moved through town quickly. I had heard thou wert here. Name. My name is Clog. Job. I am the Trinsic branch leader for the Fellowship. I work here with my wife Ellen. Fellowship. The Fellowship meets here at the branch office in Trinsic every night at 9. Thou art welcome to attend. Fellowship is a wonderful organization that is open to all the people of Britannia. I have learned so much through studying its philosophy, and it has helped me to live my life to the fullest. Through the Fellowship, I am able to achieve what I have set out to do in life, and I am a better person for having joined. Ellen. She is my wife and bookkeeper for our branch. Murder. Well, I was home all night, and my wife Ellen will certainly verify that. But as we say in the Fellowship, worthiness precedes reward. Christopher must have done something bad, and the poor gargoyle Inamo, 'tis a pity. Yeah, he's actually a gargoyle. I didn't mention that was a thing. He's not skinned. Christopher was a valued member of the Fellowship for some time. Unfortunately, we got into a petty argument last week. Last week, Christopher stated that he wanted to leave the Fellowship. Canst thou imagine? Well, we simply attempted to speak with him and alter his decision. The man verbally assaulted me and my companions with no provocation. Companions. They have gone to Fellowship headquarters in Britain. They were here delivering Fellowship funds. Their names are Elizabeth and Abraham. Inamo. I did not know the gargoyle. It sounds as if he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. 'Tis a pity. Yeah, so the Fellowship, of course, completely evil. They serve the Guardian or something like that. Portcullis. Okay. I'd like to just leave town to try to get into some scuffles. It's got a nice thunderstorm going on now, and now it's over. What's the password? Okay, we probably can't leave then until the mayor gives us the password, and he's only going to do that once we solve the murder. Let's try and find the mayor's house. No! Fuck off, YOLO! Yes. What didst thou find? I found a key. A key. Perhaps if thou dost ask Christopher's son about it, he may know what it is for. Password. I will give thee the password, and then when thou hast given me a report on the progress of thine investigation. Report. Art thou ready to answer some questions concerning the investigation? Yes. What was Christopher's occupation? He was a blacksmith. What didst thou find at the murder site? A key. What did the key open? A trap door. I do not think that is correct. Yeah, well, what if I answer correctly? It opened a chest. What didst thou find in the chest? All of these. Didst thou have a suspect? Yes. What does this villain look like? He's got a scar. That is not satisfactory. Thou must needs continue thy search, Avatar. Hold on, maybe we can keep bullshitting this. How does this guy already know all the answers? That's what I want to know. He's got an eye patch. Nope, that's not correct either. I might not be able to bullshit this, because I really don't think he has a fucking peg leg. No. Fuck. Shit. Alright, well, let's just look up a walkthrough real quick, just for the sake of getting to something different other than walking around town talking to people, which is fine. I mean, it's all well and good, but we're not here for very long, you know. So we want to show off more than that. Alright. Gargan the Shipwright. Okay, but we have to do everything in order. So we have to go talk to the guy at the Eastern Gate. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now it like lagged again. Yeah, I mean, probably if you're going to play this, you want to do Exalt. That's probably the better option. Because I think you can get, like, mods to change the font. I seem to recall looking into that at one point. Hello? Murder. You found Gilberto line felled on the ground. Okay. But he doesn't let me ask about Gilberto. Okay. So then, we need to talk to Spark? Who the fuck is Spark? Oh no, Spark. See a boy who appears to be a young teen. He's dirty and unkempt. He looks as if he's been crying, but he sits up straight and looks sharp when he sees you. Who art thou, and what dost thou want? He's got a sling in his hand. Oh, I'm the Avatar. Oh, shit. I should have said that. Okay. This is Spark. Good. Murder. Oh, this is the guy's kid. He had a nightmare about his dad last night? Oh my god. Key. Looks like the key to father's chest. Okay. It's a nice gargoyle. Find something. Saw a man and a wingless gargoyle running from behind the building. They ran toward the dock. Then you went inside and found father. Man. He had a hook for a right hand. Find the man with the hook. Now we got this. And we can recruit this kid. Alright, so now we got the kid with us. Alright, now I'm hoping that allows us to just say the guy is a hook. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, it's not just kill everything in sight and move on with your life. I mean, the first thing you're doing in this game is solving a murder, or, like, investigating a murder. So, you know, that's pretty interesting. Again, making comparisons to, like, Final Fantasy. This game came out in 92, so a year after Final Fantasy IV. This is like your direct comparison, more or less. It's quite a bit more involved, isn't it? But that's how PC RPGs were, you know, for years. They were just a lot more complex in different ways. Alright. Every time I alt-tab, it, like, lags out for conversation. So yeah, play the Exalt version. I just want to get into some form of combat, so we can see how that goes. It's not going to be that fascinating, I think, but we gotta do it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. No. No. It's probably a game that just needs to be remade properly, like from the ground up. Not like, not simplifying anything, but just there's a lot of quality of life features that I think could be improved upon. Maybe just like a remaster, not a remake. Are you serious with this? Like, you're not going to talk to me? There it is. Report. Yes. He's got a hook. Any leads on finding this villain? Could be anywhere. Shit. Okay, I do have to continue the rest of it. So now we need to go to the healer to talk to Gilberto. And who knows where the fucking healer is? I mean, it's a massive town, all things considered. This ain't the healer. This ain't the healer. We have a map of Trinsic, I suppose. It's in the lower left. There it is. I guess there's signs all over the place. They probably... Nope, that's nonsense. But here's the healer. Here's Gilberto. Maybe. Here's Gilberto. Maybe. Here's Gilberto. Name. This is Chantu. Right, this, of course, is Gilberto. Name. Gilberto. Murder. Must have occurred shortly after you knocked out. Knocked. Felt a blow on the back of your head. What about the hook? Cannot say you saw a man with a hook. The crown jewel had gone and sailed. That is a ship that was docked here all night. I believe it was about to sail for Britain. Thou couldst ask Garg and the shipwright to make sure. Anyway, I do not see mine attackers. Alright, so now we have to go talk to the shipwright and confirm that the crown jewel had sailed off right afterwards. And then our investigation is done. Once I find the shipwright. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious right here. Talk to him. Crown Jewel. Ship was booked overnight. Sailed for Britain at sunrise. Do not recall seeing anyone get on or off. What about a hook? Okay, there's a lot of hooks. But he did see a man with a hook late last night after sundown. There's a wingless gargoyle with him. Okay. We have everything we need. So now we go talk to Mr. Mayor. Who is not here, of course. For he is here. Password. Report. Yes. Crown Jewel. The mayor is pleased. Seems thou art pursuing thine investigation with genuine fervor. Methinks thou shouldst go to Britain and see if thou canst find this man with a hook. Here is half the reward money. Thou wilt receive the rest when thou dost prove that the killer has been brought to justice. Hands me 100 gold coins. Dost thou need the password? Yes. Before I give thee the password, I must admit I have had my doubts about thou truly being the Avatar. I must ask thee to indulge me in order to satisfy my somewhat suspicious nature. I shall ask thee a few questions regarding the geography of Britannia. Please answer with the number of the longitude or latitude from thy cloth map. Yeah, so this is the copy protection. We've seen this before where not all copy protection for games would happen right at the start when you boot it up. Sometimes they let you play a little bit. Almost like a demo, which was kind of smart, I suppose. But alright. We've got the answers. What longitude runs through the center of Scarbray? Longitude runs through the center of Scarbray. That's 60. God, I froze it because I have to keep looking up this shit. God damn it. God damn it. It's gonna happen like 8 times now. This is almost not worth it. If I just knew what, like, triggered it to come back, this wouldn't be that big of a deal. But nothing triggers it. Oh, here we go. 60. What latitude runs through the center of Buccaneer's Den? Also 60. What longitude runs through the center of the island Buccaneer's Den? Also 60, believe it or not. Excellent. I have no doubt now that thou art the one true Avatar. The password to leave or enter the town is Blackbird. Alright. Just answer 60 for everything. You're fine. Alright, this is going to be great. Here. Password. What is it? Blackbird. Very well, thou mayest pass. Huzzah! We are out in the world! We will find monsters and slay them. Why is it going so fast? Holy shit. Holy shit, he cranked it up, man. Is that a creature? No, that's a type of tree. There's a fucking giant elk. Oh, music changed. Oh, shit. Oh my god, it killed the boy, and I'm talking to YOLO. Oh my god. How do you fight? Shift or... Oh, he killed it. Oh, there it changed. What the fuck? How did I do that? Okay, the boy's dead. Now I can't swap off of this. Oh, no? Okay, now I can... No? Okay. It sorta works. Let's find something else to kill. Oh, bandits! Oh my god. I died instantly. It's ran like 5 times too fast. They brought thee here along their way to Britain. How does that work? Okay, now I'm in Britain. And I lost the boy because he's dead. Well, yeah. That sort of sums up things, I think. Let's search for best Ultima game. So let's see here. This is the GOG forums. They rank... This person ranks 4, 5, and 6 as probably the best games in the series overall. Then 3, then 1. 7 near the bottom. This person ranks the Underworld games 1 and 2. Then the Dungeon Siege remake of 6. I don't know if that counts. Then 5, then 4, then 3. Hasn't even played 2. This person, however, says 7 at the top. This person says 6 and Serpent Isle at the top. This person puts 7 at the top. 7 at the top. This person wonders how people manage to enjoy Ultima 7 despite the awful battle system, which gives the player no control over combat, and the way food is handled, due to manually having to feed characters, which requires interaction with the game's awful inventory system. This person ranks 7. As far as I know, the first open world game where you can explore a huge detailed map, steal about anything you want as long as it's light enough, and can interact with so many things. People have schedules, jobs, forests have wolves and deer, the world feels alive. Yeah, it seems nobody likes the combat. And, people definitely have some issues with the inventory management. In 7, you can light candles, street lanterns, open-close windows, spit into pitchers, get water from a well, use the water with flour to make dough, and use this dough in a furnace to bake bread. Stack things to make stairs. You can pretty much furniture a house with items you find and want to keep. I love Ultima 7's inventory system. I can imagine people hating it, but I love managing all the stuff that I find. And since you can just drag everything around with your mouse, it's easy to do. Have one guy carry all the food, one has the gold, one has excess weapons, armor, keep the important things on yourself. I don't get the complaints about food. Food is plentiful. Take down a few deer and you'll eat for many days. Oh, just like Cataclysm. Don't want to hunt? Buy some meat from the nearest vendor and you'll be set for a long time. It seems that 7 is like the most contentious. at least in the modern day. It seems to be either like really, really, really loved, best in the series, or people just kind of can't stand it and don't understand why people like it so much. So it's sort of interesting. I don't have any interest in really playing it, and I'm kind of glad that I abandoned my Ultima playthroughs before I got to it, because I feel like it would just be really annoying. But, I don't know. Some say that the SNES version fixes some issues with it. Let me just look real quick at footage of that. I imagine it just looks a lot worse. The font's not an issue, I can tell you that. Yeah, overall, like, every texture is just worse and simplified. But I think they changed the combat system. Yeah, they changed the combat system. So it's more like, you know, just like an action game. You press a button and you swing your weapon. I mean, I certainly couldn't be the one to say that the SNES version is better, but it does seem to be a bit different. Apparently it's very difficult. Okay, let me look up one last thing, and that's the Exalt version. So this is, modernizing the game with Exalt. Wow, this looks a lot different. But at the same time, well, basically it looks different because there's like a slight UI change showing your characters like health and mana. They kept the same font, and they still have, I mean, the controls and everything with the arrow moving, that's all the same. I don't know if that's strictly that much better. Here's a video from 2022. No, it's basically the same game. What the fuck? Okay, they still kept the same font here, but now they just have a big white box behind the text. That's not really the readability problem. Yeah, enough people say that 7 is the best, and I can see that if you can, like, tolerate and or appreciate a lot of, like, the actual gameplay mechanics of how to control things and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, this probably is just a fantastic fucking RPG, especially for the time. And I'm sure had I been into all this in 1992 and had been following the Ultima franchise, yeah, I mean, it probably would have been fucking amazing. When I was young, we had Fairy Tail Adventure 2, which was basically a rip-off of this game. That was from 1997. So 5 years afterwards. And that one was more focused on combat, I think. It was not nearly as, like, in-depth with, like, investigations and interactions with items and stuff like that. It was more about going out, killing things, looting it, you know, and all sorts of stuff like that. It's certainly not as well regarded. And I never got that far in it because it gets just like, it was very difficult for a kid. It was a very random thing we owned. Like, we didn't own Ultima 7, we owned Fairy Tail Adventure 2. But I always have nostalgia for that game. Anyways, that's a tangent. I think that's about it for Ultima 7. I'm going to say, sure, one of the best games of all time. but not very accessible to a general audience anymore, I would say. Which could very well disqualify it. But I think for people that can get into it, yeah, it's probably a pretty special experience. So I'm not gonna shit on that. But alright, this has been long enough. My name is Mangg. This has been Mangg Plays the Best Games of All Time with Ultima VII: The Black Gate. And I will see you fine folks next time.